At some point, I always tell my athletes, sometimes you have to stop practicing and start playing. When I was in high school, I played on a pretty good club soccer team, and we made it to the state cup finals. And the last 5 minutes of that game, I will never forget, because that was the only 5 minutes that I played in the final game. And to explain why I was so thankful for that, I kind of have to go back to the beginning of the season. Because the beginning of the season, I was playing quite a bit, and I was playing well and participating. Now, I wasn't the best on the team. There was a lot of great players on that team, but I was holding my own, and I enjoyed it. But as the season went on, I was getting worse and worse and worse, and I could find my playing time going down. Now, I had great coaches, right? So I couldn't blame the coaches. And then, of course, we get to the state cup, and by the time we're at the final game, whistle blows to start the final game, I'm on the bench. First half goes by, never touched the field. And I'm thinking, second half. Second half starts, I'm still on the bench. Until the very end of the game, where the coach, I think, just realized, oh, we haven't let this guy on. So I go in 5 minutes before the game ends. That whole time I was sitting there during the final game, on the bench, it was like building up pressure that I just wanted to play. And, it was like, just want to play, just want to play, just want to play, until finally I got to go in, and then I played well. And what was funny was that whole season, right, I was playing worse and worse and worse and worse. And you would think that I would probably play horrible for those last 5 minutes too. But because I had this desire to play, and I just wanted to play, I wasn't thinking about everything that I had learned or I was supposed to do, or, it was already in me. I already knew what to do. I just needed to play. And I find that a lot of athletes will kind of be in that slump that I've been in, where they will get worse and worse and worse. And a lot of times it's because they're thinking and they're not playing. So at some point, I always tell my athletes, sometimes you have to stop practicing and start playing. Because when you play, you tend to get in the zone. And if you know what I mean by the zone, like you start to just be free of thinking, and things just kind of come, and you can really feel and react and respond a lot better. So, as a parent of an athlete, what I always recommend is play. Make things up. And if you look at video games, why do kids play video games, and why do they play them for so long? Because all they're doing is playing. They're not thinking, right? And what you can do when you're developing or creating your own games, find little challenges. You find a challenge, right? A video game does this. They create a small challenge that's just out of reach. And then once you accomplish that or overcome that challenge, you're rewarded. Now, the rewards sometimes are points or, high scores on the video game. With my soccer players, what I would do is I would say, okay, you can only use your left foot, that's the challenge, and you have to score. Once you score, you're rewarded by being able to use your right foot, because most kids are right-footed, so they'd be very happy. So they're trying to score just with their, they're only touching with their left foot touch, and then once they hit that and overcome that challenge, they have a reward. So whenever you're making up a game that they can play, find those little challenges that you can add in there so that they can reach that reward, and then you can level up with a new challenge. And believe me, when you start doing that, they get away from the practice and they get into the play. Now, coaches typically know this to be true, which is why we do a lot of drills that are more play-like. So as long as you got a challenge and you have a reward, something that levels them up, it'll make the game a little bit more enticing and fun. But again, remember, sometimes you need to stop practicing If your kid feels like they're dropping or they're getting worse, stop practicing. Just stop and start playing a game. Make it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to know the sport either. So if you feel like you're a parent that doesn't know the sport of basketball or water polo, just make something up. Have your kid make it up. They'll probably be even better at it. So I hope that helps you. Again, if you like content like this, check out kidtoathlete.com where you will find more. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.